Breaking news from the stadium tonight as an anonymous fan foot the bill for 55,000 hot dogs, bringing that sweet tubed meat to everyone in attendance.
Free dogs! Yeah!
55,000 hot dogs? What does that even cost? While the identity of this Frankfurter philanthropist remains anonymous, their all-beefy generosity will go down in history.
The new Mega Millions. More to win means more to give. How you spend it is up to you. Yeah!
For game odds and details, visit sceducationlottery.com.
What are you looking for in a new smart TV? 4K picture quality? High quality and immersive sound? A sleek design? All of those are givens, but only the new Roku Pro Series has all of those and the Roku streaming experience, an award-winning OS. Get fast, easy access to all your apps like iHeart, where you can stream all your favorite music, radio, and podcasts all day, and regular all-inclusive trips to Roku City. The new Roku Pro Series, a smart TV built by the streaming pros.
I'm Rodney Williams.
And I'm Travis Holloway. Welcome to the Wealth Break Podcast, a real conversation about finance.
Let's be honest, building wealth doesn't look the same for everyone.
I feel like sometimes being broke is a cycle and that we might have to revisit that.
And we're not stopping at success stories.
What happens when it doesn't go right? How do you cope with it?
Because wealth isn't just about money. It's about creating a life where you thrive and help others do the same.
Listen to the Wealth Break Podcast on the iHeartRadio app.
You know, we've had Kanye on the show like about 3 times, I think. And I'm a huge fan of his documentary and the way he manifested winning a Grammy, being a billionaire and all that stuff. Now, a lot of stuff in his personal life, I'm a little like, but I still get entertained by him. And I know he did a podcast yesterday. And I'm just like, how do we get him on a podcast?
I know.
Like, how does that happen? But anyway,
I know. It was the Download podcast, and on it, he actually kind of really opened up about a lot of things with his mental health, and he actually explained how his wife helped him realize that he was actually misdiagnosed with bipolar disorder.
I went to this doctor, one that worked with Justin Bieber, one that worked with, I'm not even going to name other names and stuff. My wife took me to do that because she said something about your personality doesn't feel like it's bipolar. I've seen bipolar before. She's educated, so I've seen bipolar before, and come to find out it's really a case of autism that I have. And autism takes you to a Rain Man thing.
And that's why, Joan Jay, you said you think Kanye's taking a page out of your book because you've recently realized that.
Yeah, about a couple months ago, I took a test. And I think I was 9
on Instagram, on TikTok, right?
I was a 9 out of 10 being on the autism spectrum. I get you, Kanye.
You guys are saying he's Yeezy. We call you Wheezy.
I think one of the biggest things that Kanye's been a part of as of recently is his wife getting naked on the Grammys red carpet.
That's where we differ a little.
Which is
my wife dresses like Mary Poppins.
Yeah, which is why there's a clip that has gone re-viral of back in the day when Kanye West was married to Kim Kardashian, and she was getting ready for an award show. I don't think it was the Grammys. I think it was something else, but he didn't like her outfit because it was too sexy.
Looking at my wife, it's like, oh, my girl needs to be just like the other girls, showing her body off, showing this, showing that. And I didn't realize that that was affecting my soul and my spirit as someone that's married and loved and the father of 4 kids. Of course, it's like a formal underwear. It's hot. It's hot for who, though?
So, the night before the Met, you're going to come in here and say that you're not into a corset bag. I don't need any more negative energy for you to now say that you're not into me wearing a tight dress.
You are my wife, and it affects me when pictures are too sexy.
So what changed? It's not okay for Kim to be sexy, but Bianca, really, just show it all everywhere you go.
Okay, so let me guess. Let me try to guess here what I think would change. At the point of that clip, did they have kids yet?
Yes.
4.
Okay,
They had 3. They had 3 kids, and one was on the way.
Then I would say, just trying to guess, put myself in his shoes, that's the mother of his children.
That's what he said in the clip,
and and it's that's different than this. Now, if he has
a woman that you're just parading around as a prop, I feel actually really bad for Bianca because do you really love her, Kanye, or are you just having her as your little handbag? That's lame. Mm-hmm. That's lame of him.
Getting back to the bipolar thing, doesn't in his album, I think it was Ye, the album Ye, doesn't he talk, as one of his songs, he talked about being bipolar? I wonder if he's going to change the lyrics if he ever sings in concert.
Maybe you just won't sing that song anymore because things have changed. The thing is you evolve as a person, so you're not always going to feel the same way about things. I think there is a point to what John Jay was saying, was that like Bianca isn't the mother of his kids, so maybe that's why he changed his tune on that, because before they had kids, he didn't really care if Kim was dressing super sexy or not.
At the Grammys, the day after the Grammys were on the air, and I was talking about the Taylor Swift Easter eggs. I was like, there has to be something. And I was talking about the T on her leg. And I go there, and then Noah brought up the red dress or something like that. So are there more?
So I guess a bunch of Swifties are like, everyone missed it. They were looking at the obvious Easter egg, and Taylor's not about the obvious Easter egg. So apparently, if you look at her jewelry, there are 12 little beads on the jewelry. They counted the number of beads, and everyone's like, that's her, hinting at TS12, which would be her next album, because the last album that she announced, TS11, she wore like a jewelry piece that had 11 jewels on it or something like that. And so everyone's like, everyone missed it, but TS12, the announcement's probably coming, because last time it was 28 days after she wore the 11 jeweled piece.
Well, if you're going in numeral order or whatever, 12 would be next.
I mean, but like, I'm sure Taylor Swift's PR team loves all of the Swifties because they do all the work for them.
Yeah, they don't have to try anymore.
They don't even have to think about what the Easter eggs are. Like, yep, we're going to run with that one. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't realize you had 12 beads on that.
How coincidental.
Well, there you go. That's what we're going to do.
How perfect, because you're on album number 12.
Right. That's amazing. How did we do that?
One lottery ticket makes a big difference for our state students. And when I say big, I mean bigger than jackpot big. Since 2002, South Carolina students have benefited from more than $6 billion in lottery-funded scholarships and grants, including the Life, Hope, and Palmetto Fellow Scholarships. With every lottery play, you're supporting our students, and that adds up in a big way. That's why education is our middle name. Learn more at sceducationlottery.com/betteryou.
Hello, iHeart listener. We have a confession to make. Both iHeart and this commercial you're listening to right now would probably sound a heck of a lot better on the new Roku Pro Series TV. It's got side-firing speakers that fill your room with sound, Dolby Atmos audio that puts you right in the middle of the entertainment, and the ability to pair seamlessly with your home theater sound systems that already have surround sound and booming bass. If all that sounds too good to be true, it'll sound even better on the new Roku Pro Series. Your hearing isn't better, your TV is.
I'm Rodney Williams.
And I'm Travis Holloway. Welcome to the Wealth Break Podcast, a real conversation about finance.
Let's be honest. Building wealth doesn't look the same for everyone.
I feel like sometimes being broke is a cycle, and that we might have to revisit that.
And we're not stopping at success stories.
What happens when it doesn't go right? How do you cope with it?
Because wealth isn't just about money. It's about creating a life where you thrive and help others do the same.
Listen to the Wealth Break Podcast on the iHeartRadio app,